Good evening, everyone, or should I say good morning. My name is Takahiro Endo. First, I would like to express my gratitude to professors and students of Kyoto University for inviting me as a guest speaker in this symposium. Today, the topic of my presentation is Transdisciplinary Education and Research in College of Sustainable Systems Sciences, Osaka Metropolitan University. And this is the outline of today's presentation. After short self-introduction, I will explain overall education program of our college. And then I will talk about my personal experience of program-based learning program in our college. And then I deduce some lessons based on my personal experience. And in the last session, I will conclude this presentation. So my name is Takahiro Endo, professor of College of Sustainable Systems Sciences, Osaka Metropolitan University. My academic background is political science, and I started academic career at the Research Institute for Humanity and Nature, which is also located in Kyoto, in 2004. And then I used to work for University of Tsukuba, where I was engaged in education program for international students, the similar program that you are doing now. And then I moved to Osaka Prefecture University, and now I work for Osaka Metropolitan University. And I have been engaged in research and education on water management policy, and especially I'm interested in groundwater governance. Osaka Metropolitan University started 1 year ago by merger of Osaka Prefecture University and Osaka City University. We have 11 departments and 1 college, and the total number of students is 16,000. This slide shows our organization structure. We have 11 departments and 1 college. And 11 department is a traditional discipline-oriented organization. On the contrary, our college is in a unique position in our university. It is because it is the only interdisciplinary and product-oriented organization. And our educational goal is to develop students with international interdisciplinary knowledge for upcoming sustainable society. And transformation to sustainable society is a complex, wicked problem. So it needs interdisciplinary knowledge. So that's why our faculty staff comprises of not only natural scientists, but social scientists and human scientists and the information scientists. So this is a learning process of students. First, students in the first grade is supposed to learn for sustainability. That is classroom education. They are supposed to learn sustainability from different perspectives. And our college comprises of 4 smaller units. And students at the second grade can choose 1 unit. And they begin to learn specialized course. And in the third grade, they will begin a problem-based learning program, which I will explain later, to prepare graduation thesis at 4th grade. And if they succeed, they can get a degree. That's our educational process. And we have a more ambitious education program, which is called the Future Design course. Unfortunately, the students in the Future Design course came today, but they are all gone. I hope they are listening to via internet now. And the graduation requirements for these students is much harder than for our ordinary students. For example, they are required to join internship provided by external organization at the first degree, and then from secondary, they are required to take classroom education across 2 units to prepare a graduation thesis. And we will start program-based learning program in the next year. I think that will be one of our featuring education programs in our university. This is a required subject for third-year students, and the students can enroll in any program-based learning program, regardless of the unit he or she belongs to. And we are now planning to offer 26 programs as listed here. And most of them are prepared newly, but a part of program has already been implemented in X university, I mean Osaka Prefecture University. And environmental studies are such example. And I've been engaged in environmental studies for 10 years. This class is conducted by and organized by faculty members whose background are marine engineering, biology, and environmental policy. That's me. And in this class, students make a small group, and each group conduct 1 year research project. One year research project. And this table shows a past example of activity, what we did in my team, Endo team. And today I will explain the activities in 2016 Azumino Groundwater Governance Project, because it is a transdisciplinary research project, and you might be interested in. Azumino City, Nagano Prefecture, Japan, is very famous for beautiful scenery and richness in groundwater. But in mid-2000s, local wasabi farmers complained to the city government that artesian groundwater flow has been increasing. And wasabi is one of the major agricultural products in this region. So the city government conducted scientific research on groundwater conditions. And the results showed that groundwater volume decreased by approximately 125 million cubic meters over the 21 years from 1968 to 2009. So huge amount of groundwater have disappeared during the period. And the scientific research result also said the main cause would be the land use change, especially decrease of rice field. Here are some pictures. The left one is wasabi farms, and when the groundwater table is very high, the groundwater flows like that, and wasabi can get enough nutrients to grow up from groundwater. But when the groundwater table becomes low, the wasabi could not get access to groundwater, so wasabi would be dead like that. And those areas are now expanding, and some farmers are forced to quit their business. And the wasabi farmers turned out changing into those abandoned farmers. Those areas are expanding now. So this is a GIS map of the area. This whole area is a Matsumoto plain, the huge plain, and here a mountainous area. Here a mountainous area over 2,000 meters or 3,000 meters. And the river came from the mountainous area, Takase River, Hotaka River, and Abusa River, and Sai River. And all the rivers meet at this point. That means this point is the lowest point of the whole Matsumoto plain. So that's why river concentrate into this place. And the flow of groundwater is the same. groundwater moves very slowly compared to the river flow, but it also moves toward this point. So that's why in this area, artesian groundwater flow is available, and the local people took advantage of its unique geological condition to expand wasabi farms. But the main source of groundwater comes from rice field. Local irrigation districts takes river water to rice field, and the surface water seeps into the ground, and it gains groundwater. So as the area size of rice field and agricultural fields decreases, the volume of groundwater reaches also decrease. So that's how groundwater, artesian groundwater has been decreasing. So Azumino City created a governance type organization. Groundwater governance is usually defined as overarching framework of groundwater use laws, regulation customs, and as well as the process of engaging the public sector, the private sector, and civil society. So the city government first invites stakeholder in the public sector, I mean the government officer at higher level, prefecture government and central government. So they also invited local stakeholders in the private sector, ranging ordinary residents and wasabi farmers and factory owners of bottled water factory, and so on. And in addition, the city government invited scientists outside the city, and I was one of them. And we discussed how to take countermeasure against this problem. And this is the process of groundwater governance in Azumino City. The process can be divided into 3 phases or stages: organizational phase, planning phase, and the practice and the verification stage. And very fortunately, I've joined the whole process. And when the foundation phase at the end of 2012, the city government decided to create the city's basic plan. And I was appointed as the chairperson of the drafting committee. And I began to discuss these local stakeholders what the basic plan should be. And during the process, I came across an idea that the students who takes a course of environmental studies might provide us a good idea for sustainable groundwater management. So this process is conducted by local stakeholders, city government, consulting firms, researchers. So that's a typical example of transdisciplinary project. So I took the students to the city of Azumino, and they experienced monitoring of groundwater level and run the quality check, and they made interview to local wasabi farmers, and they learned the history of water resource development in Azumino City at Historical Museum. And then finally, they discussed the idea for drafting committee. And eventually, students proposed 54 ideas. And part of them are reflected in the basic plan, which was officially adopted in 2017. There are other transdisciplinary aspects in this project to be mentioned. One example is data collection by wasabi farmers. Usually, the groundwater level data was collected by city government, but in addition, in Azumino City, in addition to the city government monitoring activity, local wasabi farmers set groundwater monitoring well in their own wasabi farms and taking data And those data are shared by a city government and the water commission, and it really helps to foster mutual understanding of local groundwater conditions. And in addition, the city government is now trying to expand groundwater recharge in collaboration with local wheat farmers. And the changes in volume of groundwater recharge is shown in this figure. So here are some lessons learned from Azumino City experience. In education perspective, appropriate collaboration classroom lecture and field study should be considered. Unfortunately, I could not have spare enough time to give a classroom lecture before taking them to the Azumino City. And the stable funds are indispensable to conduct field study continuously. And in the research perspective, ideas from non-professional people are not always feasible in the short time. I will repeat this slide again. So here are some lessons learned from Azumino City's experience in educational perspective. Appropriate collaboration of classroom lecture and field study should be considered. And stable funds are necessary to conduct field study continuously. And the research perspective, ideas from non-professional people are not always feasible in short term, but may be feasible in the long term. And what remains to be done are the visualization of the effect of groundwater research and creation of method of consensus building. So I would like to summarize my presentation. After a short, brief self-introduction, I explained education program in our college, and I showed you personal experience of program-based learning program, and I talked about some lessons based on the experience. So thank you very much for your attention.